Hey folks, this is Nate coming at you. Happy El Dia de los Muertos. And I have 3 BladeStyles to run through for you real quick. These are all variants off of BKSaberSounds TheVoid. Now I ran through one of them for y'all yesterday for Halloween. So I'm going to go through that one again, but then I have 2 more that I've added that I've been working on that I was able to finish up today, or at least get to a passable version that I like. So there may still be some modifications on them, but for now I think they're good enough. So let me run through them for you real quick. So this is the first one that I showed yesterday. This is the green smoke blade with the overload preon that I placed in the middle of the blade. So I increased the bump size timing on this a little bit so that it has more of an expanded function when it lights up. So it runs through three settings, and before I only really had them at 1,000 millisecond differences, and I moved those differences up to like 3,000 a piece, and I may do it even more because I really want to expand. So I'll probably modify that one a little, that part of it, the preon, I'll modify a little bit more. So it's dropping down into a chartreuse main blade. And I did increase the bump size on the lockup because I wanted a nice fat bump on the lockup. And then this one has a strobe. On the force effect, it's running a strobe. Which you can then, you can turn the strobe on and off by toggling the force effect. So that was the first one. So then these are the 2 new ones. So this one is based off of a request that I got from Red Fox Drummer. So Red Fox, thanks for the idea. So what this is this is a 4-ratio indigo purple per flicker LED blade style. So what it's doing is it's running 100%, 75, 33, and 10% ratios of indigo, and it's running on a random per LED flicker blade style. So you can see there's a lot of that graininess in the blade. It's a very, very active blade. It's a little washed out on camera, but in person you can definitely see more of the unstableness of it. And then what I've done additionally is, if you can see on the camera, on the swing, I'm doing a 20% brightness increase on the top 60% of the blade. So it's doing a responsive swing where it's doing a 20% brightness increase. Doing blaster block waves. Doing a nice fat bump on the lockup. Lightning block. Now I didn't do anything on the force effect for this blade style. For the time being, I kind of wanted to keep it pretty straightforward, not make it too fancy. I really wanted to focus on getting the main blade the proper color with the proper sort of textual feel to it, where it's, you know, it's a per flicker, so it looks a little unstable, but it's not like a true unstable blade or a flame blade. You know, when you swing it, you can see a little bit of the unstableness of it, but I mostly wanted it to be, you know, something a little bit more busy than an audio flicker, but not quite as rambunctious as like an unstable flame blade. And then I really like the way that brightness on the swing turned out. That was just the right ratio that I was looking for. So, Red Fox, this one's for you. I'll make sure, and all the style codes for these I'll leave in the video comments, so please feel free and grab them and play around with them if you like. Okay, and then the last one. This last one is a gradient blue flame blade, which is running 3 specific blue colors. It's running a pale ice blue, like an Arctic blue, on the base. It's running a medium blue, like a 00255, I think, or 225 in the middle. And then it's running a dark blue, like a 0050 on the top. And I'm using a purple as a transition color and a lockup. And I'm using both that transition color, I'm using both for lightning block and for lockup. And then it's got a bottom-up retraction. And then, so then I also created a fourth, I guess you call it like a bonus. I created a fourth blade style, and then this fourth one I made specifically for my daughter, for Naomi, because she's really into yellow. And I originally created that tricolor aqua blade for her dragon saber. But I wanted to create a second one for her that was yellow, because she really likes yellow. So this is a second version of that gradient flame blade that is running yellows instead of blues.
Vengeance.
Now all of the effects are sort of structured the same as the previous one, except I changed the color combinations of the effects just a little bit. I added a little bit more cyan in them. There's a little bit more cyan on the bump in the lockup. It creates that cool little halo effect. I really dig it. And then it's using purple as a transition still, which I think really meshes well with the cyan. And then I'm doing the same thing on the lightning block. So those are my post-Halloween blade styles. So those first 3 are specifically ones I put together for the Void sound font from BKSaberSounds. and then that fourth one was one that I did up specifically for my daughter for her saber. But I'm going to put all of them up there. Feel free to grab them, put them on your sabers, play around with them, have fun with them, enjoy. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, take care, y'all.